You won't believe what started it all. A teenager in North Carolina, stuck in his bedroom, armed with a cheap mic, a secondhand laptop, and a dream that made no sense to anyone but himself. While most kids his age were out chasing parties or stressing over college, Jimmy Donaldson, now known to the world as MrBeast, was obsessing over one question. How do you go viral on YouTube? No trust fund, no connections. Just hours of trial and error, ramen noodles, and a ridiculous determination to figure it out. Fast forward to today, and that same kid who once couldn't afford a decent microphone is building an empire that's reshaping the creator economy, launching burger chains, chocolate bars, and changing lives one challenge video at a time. This is the real story. How MrBeast went from broke to billions, and it's crazier than any challenge he's ever done. It started with nothing. No fame, no views, just pure obsession. Jimmy Donaldson uploaded his first video in 2012. It was just another Minecraft video in a sea of content that looked exactly like it. No voiceover, no editing magic, just gameplay and an awkward kid figuring it out. For years, he kept uploading, with zero traction. Most people would have quit, but Jimmy didn't care about going viral yet. He cared about learning the platform. His early content was all over the place. Let's plays, reaction videos, even commentary about YouTube drama. And while none of it really took off, something important was happening. He was getting better. But this wasn't some feel-good montage of slow progress. Behind the scenes, Jimmy was broke, living with his mom, scraping together pennies to buy better equipment, eating cheap fast food for weeks just to afford editing software. His life was YouTube, not as a hobby, but as an obsession. School didn't matter to him. In fact, he dropped out of college to focus full-time on the one thing everyone told him was a waste of time. But this is where the story takes a sharp turn. From casual uploads to full-blown obsession. Most creators dabble. Jimmy didn't. He studied. For years, he and a small group of friends would sit in calls for hours each day breaking down what made videos go viral. They analyzed thumbnails, title formulas, retention graphs, everything. Jimmy even said he watched thousands of hours of YouTube videos just to understand what worked and what didn't. He treated it like science. He didn't sleep much. He didn't party. He barely went outside. His entire life was one question: how do I make the perfect video? And when you go that deep, you start to see things others miss. Jimmy realized early that attention spans were shrinking. You couldn't ramble, couldn't waste a single second. You had to hook people instantly, and then keep surprising them every few seconds. That realization became the foundation for the style we now recognize as MrBeast. And here's a moment you probably haven't heard before. One day, after uploading dozens of videos with little success, Jimmy went completely silent from his friend group. Nobody heard from him for weeks. When he came back, he had a spreadsheet with hundreds of video ideas, thumbnail sketches, and a plan to break the algorithm. He said, "I'm done guessing. I'm going to make this work." Then came the breakthrough. In 2017, Jimmy uploaded a video where he counted to 100,000. Out loud, no cuts. Just him, slowly losing his mind on camera. It took over 40 hours to record. It sounds ridiculous, but that video exploded. Millions of views, instantly viral. Suddenly, the internet paid attention. That was the moment everything changed, but it wasn't luck. It was strategy. That video wasn't just a stunt. It was genius. It had curiosity, challenge, absurdity, and a sense of, I can't believe he actually did this. Jimmy had cracked the formula, and once he did, he doubled down. Counting to 1,000,000, watching paint dry, reading the dictionary, saying Logan Paul 100,000 times. Each video was bigger, crazier, and more clickable than the last. He reinvested every dollar he made. Most creators buy cars or flex their first YouTube checks. Jimmy put it all back into his content. The money wasn't the goal, it was fuel. And the more he reinvested, the faster the channel grew. But what separates MrBeast from everyone else isn't just the views. It's the mindset. Jimmy doesn't think like a YouTuber. He thinks like an empire builder. When most creators scale up, they burn out. But Jimmy built a team, a warehouse, multiple channels in different languages. He launched MrBeast Gaming, MrBeast Reacts, Beast Philanthropy, all optimized, all run like full-blown operations. He studies Netflix more than other YouTubers. He reads business books, tracks CPMs, splits audiences by region, and builds systems to make content go further. He also began creating products. MrBeast Burger was launched during the pandemic. a delivery-only restaurant chain that exploded across the US without a single physical location owned by Jimmy himself. He partnered with ghost kitchens, used his brand to drive foot traffic, and made millions in just a few months. Then came Feastables, his chocolate and snack brand. It launched with massive online buzz and instantly sold out. This wasn't just candy. It was a case study in branding, bright colors, YouTube-driven marketing, QR code giveaways. Everything about it screamed Creator Economy 2.0. There's a story that really shows what Jimmy is about. When Feastables first launched, one of the warehouses accidentally misprinted thousands of bars. The wrappers were wrong. The colors were off. The easy thing would have been to throw them away, but Jimmy didn't want to waste food. So instead, he gave them away for free and turned it into a story. Fans got excited. Social media lit up. He turned a production mistake into a viral campaign and saved thousands of dollars doing it. That's what sets him apart, the ability to turn failure into fuel. So how did he go from broke to building a billion-dollar brand? It's not just the stunts or the giveaways, it's the formula behind them. Every MrBeast video is built like a movie trailer. High stakes, tight editing, emotional payoff, and always a twist. He gives away islands, buys entire car lots, builds Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And while it seems spontaneous, it's anything but. Every frame is planned, every dollar is tracked, and behind it all is a guy who still lives and breathes YouTube like it's day one. Jimmy's success also shattered the ceiling for what creators could achieve. He proved you don't need Hollywood or a studio system. You just need an idea, a camera, and relentless drive. He's one of the few creators who's been offered hundreds of millions for his channel and said no. Why? Because he knows what he's building is bigger than any buyout, but there's one more layer to this story, and it's personal. Despite all the money and fame, Jimmy still struggles with health issues. He's been open about having Crohn's disease, which causes pain, fatigue, and a ton of dietary restrictions. Some days he films while feeling sick, but he does it anyway, because this isn't just content to him, it's purpose. That level of commitment is what fuels the empire. And here's what most people miss. MrBeast doesn't want to be the biggest YouTuber in the world. He wants to be the biggest force for good on the internet. His giveaways, challenges, and donations aren't just gimmicks. They're part of a vision, a world where entertainment and impact go hand in hand. Whether it's planting 20 million trees or building homes for families in need, Jimmy is proving that content can change lives. So what's the lesson? MrBeast's rise isn't about luck. It's not even just about talent. It's about relentless focus, sacrifice, reinvention, and above all, an obsession with giving more than you take. Whether you're a creator, entrepreneur, or just someone trying to figure out your next step, Jimmy's story proves that if you stick to something long enough, learn from every mistake, and push harder than anyone else, impossible starts to look like a challenge worth taking. So next time you're watching a MrBeast video, remember, behind the wild edits and crazy stunts is a kid who just wouldn't quit. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes him the most powerful creator on earth. Smash that like button if you learned something new, and subscribe for more insane creator stories and motivation every single week. You're next. Let's go.